So today we are going to start on a new project. I have a customer who is wanting to convert this Supertester into a Bluetooth speaker. So what we're going to do here is what we're planning on doing is keeping the front pretty much the same. We're going to use this AC/DC zero adjust as our on-off volume switch. This is just going to be decorative. And the other thing is that he is wanting to use the plugs here as his auxiliary input. And what we're going to do is put a speaker on the back. And I'm going to pretty much take you through the whole process on how I do this. So we'll open this up together and have a look at it together and do some planning. Alright, so if this is something that you're interested in, just stick around. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, there's the box. And here's the meter. Alright, so I think what we're going to end up doing here, try to see how much room we've got. Alright, we've got a little clearance for the speaker. So pretty much we'll probably put the speaker in this area over here, which means I'm probably going to have to modify the switch. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect all these connections here to the banana jacks, and I'll probably take one gang off the speaker to give us some more room, but it'll still allow us to turn the knob. Now again, this is going to be totally destructive. He wants to keep the meter on here, and we'll see what we can do about illuminating this meter. Probably put a little LED up in here somewhere, and we'll go from there. So let me start taking some of this off, and I'll come back and show you what I've done. Okay, I'm back. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've cleaned out the back of this board so that I can start to put the electronics on it and decide what speaker I'm going to use and where I'm going to mount the speaker. Alright, so let's have a look at this now, and this is what we got. Alright, so I've taken all the wiring off. On this switch here, I took off the gangs, and I just shortened the shaft here. I just cut the shaft down. It still works. It still switches just fine. and so we'll get that, you know, the tactile feel of being able to move this, although this will have no function. I'm going to have a look at this pot here. It's probably not going to be useful to me. So what I'll end up doing is taking this one off. I'm going to use the original knob. Keep the original knob, take this off, replace it with a more appropriate and new switching potentiometer that I can use for on, off, and volume. I'm going to take this, the meter out, and I'm going to see what I can do with it. We'll maybe be able to play around with some things on this meter and see if we can get, you know, get this to be working, at least lit up. Client wants it lit up, so I'm going to see what I can do to get that happening. Probably I'll just end up putting an LED in here, and I'll be back when I've done a little bit more. Okay, just a bit of an update here. This is the meter from the box, and I wanted to see if I get the meter working, but when I got into it here, the meter was pretty much destroyed. So what I did is I went ahead and I fixed the pointer here that's going to be sort of in the middle of the dial. Then I went ahead and ran a ring around here of 12 volt LED strips so we can light up the meter, and I just have them hooked up here to the to where the inputs from the original meter were. So I'm just going to put all this back together and show you what it looks like. This meter is actually cracked here too. When I get this all set in, I'm just going to put a thin bead of super glue there. Alright, let's have a look and see if this works. Okay, I'm going to turn off some of the lights here so we can see this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Success. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remount this into the panel, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I just want to have a look at this potentiometer here. So I got the meter mounted back into the panel. So I want to see if I can go ahead and use this on-off switch and potentiometer for the build. Alright, so let's measure across this potentiometer and see what we got. Alright, we have 21K. So that's actually usable. We can use this as a volume meter. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the switch out, and I'm going to clean it with some WD-40 and clean and lubricate it. The only other thing I want to make sure is that this switch is working. So turn it on. This one's normally off, one's normally open, one's normally closed. Okay, that's working. Let's turn it off. And it's off. Turn it on. It's on. And it's off. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark those spots so I know where I'm going to be working and soldering on the switch. So let me go ahead and take this out, and let's have a look at it and see if we can't clean it up here a little bit. Sorry, my desk is a mess. I'm in the middle of about 3 different projects, trying to get things done for different people. And I'm normally a messy person anyway, so this really isn't helping things. Alright, go ahead and take that off. I have to clean this up. Looks like it's gotten rusty. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up this potentiometer. See how well this is working. Okay, so this is going to be my ground. This is going to be going into the amplifier, and this is going to be coming out of the Bluetooth. So we'll go Bluetooth, amplifier, common from the Bluetooth and the amplifier. Alright, so when the potentiometer's all the way to the left, everything's going to be shunted to ground. And then when the potentiometer is all the way to the right, everything's going to be shunted from the Bluetooth to the amplifier. So let me go ahead and just give this a shot of WD-40. Alright, this is pretty stiff to start with. That's freeing up nicely there. There we go. And that's working nicely now. We'll go ahead and get this back on the panel, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the front panel's all back together. This is going to be our on-off volume knob. We have our meter here, which we've installed a light into. We're going to use these two here for our aux input. I'm going to build going to build a cable for that. These are pin connectors, and I should have a few of those lying around, and so we can use this. And then since this is going to be mono, what I'll do is I will convert a stereo cable, a stereo 3.5 millimeter cable that you can plug into your audio source, and it will have a set of mixing resistors in it, so that what will be coming out of here will be mono going into the Bluetooth board. Alright, so I think that's a good stopping point for today, and we'll get back on it next time. Next time we're going to go ahead and select a speaker for this and get it mounted up in this area here, and I think that will keep things sufficiently away from the meter. I don't think there's going to be enough clearance here on the back of the meter to put two speakers in here, and I don't want to mess with this this brace here. So we'll just go ahead and stick one speaker over on this side. We could probably get a 3-inch speaker in there. I've got some fairly nice 3-inch speakers. I'm planning on using a 10-watt per channel amplifier, audio amplifier for this, and this will be running off of 12 volts. So just stay tuned, and we'll continue this next time, and thanks for watching.